Ladies and gremlins, Happy New Year. This is the first one, of course, of 2023, and it is going to be a proper cheeky midweeker rather than a review. So what happened? Not long before the New Year, in fact, probably just a few days before Christmas, I think, I bought off eBay a bit of a project, like you might, like you shouldn't. Never buy a project, that's my main advice to you. Anyway, I couldn't resist it. It was, as you know, I do like a Squier, and this one was a Korean Squier from the Samick factory, and I really just could not resist it. However, upon closer inspection, when we got it back, this pot had dropped out. How I didn't spot that, I've no idea. And so best case scenario is that I've got a knob missing. Then of course, as you look more close, because you never see these things, do you, in the photos, because you get all caught up in the moment. This scratch plate, which is clearly aftermarket, had been, well, I've taken it off and snipped the wires, but so it's clearly been horribly disfigured to fit around the neck there. I'm guessing it's just a, I mean, and it, look at this, honest to goodness, look at all the holes in the damn thing. It's got more holes in it than a Tetley's tea bag. So don't know whether these are original or not, do I? You see, they may be, they may not be. I'm guessing I don't know. So I thought, well, I'll look for a scratch plate that hasn't got this horribleness on it. And then I'd better get some, you know, pickup covers and matching knobs and pickup covers. I'm totting it up and it's coming to a few quid now. And there's a company, I think, in Nottingham that do a fully loaded scratch plate for about 20 quid. And I thought, well, and they promise, certainly their website looks correct and they seem like proper chaps, and they do promise you a specified pickup output value, which is great. So I thought, well, 20 quid, let's give one of those a go, see what happens. How hard can it be? Famous last words, I know. Right, okay, so 2 minutes inspection tells me that. Obviously, as you can see, we've got two bits of wire flopping about here, and that's all you're going to need. And what you have got is you've got a 2-core wire, which is a hot and earth that comes from the volume pot here, and soldered onto the ground here, soldered onto the back of the pot. Here you've just got the ground that will go to the vibrato claw. Now what I reckon is this, the reason I'm showing you this, and I know that if you've got any reasonable, if you can wire a plug basically, you should be able to do this okay, but I thought I'd just point this out for those who are non-soldery, just in case you're non-soldery and non-wiry. This 2-core wire, you could, if you wanted to, take this little bit that's still attached to the original exhaust pipe here, and you could just cut that to expose the hot and the earth and twist them together and wrap them with a bit of tape. I'm not recommending that anybody will do that, but I'm saying it could be done. It is achievable. And the same with, I left a load of ground wire here for the vibrato claw, and same here, you can twist them together and wrap them in a bit of tape. I'm not saying do it, I'm just saying you could, that's all. Alright, let's have a look. Yeah, so just to show you really quickly, so I put, there's quite a bit of meat on the exhaust pipe bit of wire there, and so I bared back these, and it would, and you could, certainly twist them together, put a bit of tape around them, and you'd be absolutely fine. I'm not going to do that, I'm going to take it out and do it well, as it should be done. regarding the ground wire for the vibrato, I will be soldering those together and sticking a bit of heat shrink over it, because there's no point making extra work for myself, but that is worth doing. The exhaust pipe is worth doing correctly. Right, let's get those done. Okay, so that's the so I've shrink wrapped that, soldered the two bits of the common ground that goes to the back of the vibrato system together, and shrink wrap them. All you do with shrink wrap, it costs absolutely buttons. You can buy a big pack of the stuff for 4pence halfpenny, and when you want to shrink it, I use a cooker lighter. So you can use the end of your soldering iron also, if that is easier, if you don't have a cooker lighter or some other suitable heat source. So I've got the soldered the ends from the scratch plate here onto the exhaust port, so we'll just button it back up and see what happens. So before we go stringing it all back up, let's plug it in, well, which I've, as you can see, I've done. So I've plugged them in here, and now I'm going to go through the various positions on the blade switch and have a look on the multimeter here to see what readings we get. So that should be nice and interesting. So on the bridge position we get 5.39, which is groovy. 2.65 in between the bridge and centre. The centre gives 5.11 between the centre and the neck. 2.59, and the neck 5.15, which is totally respectable Stratocaster territory. So happy with that. Do you know what? I will show you this. It's just a shame about one little thing. One little, where that butchered pick guard went on before, and they're drummed and unnecessarily held. See what I can do with that. Right, okay. So, even with no real tools, I mean, really, I'm just talking a kitchen knife and a cigarette lighter, pair of scissors, perhaps, you really can sit yourself one of these loaded pick guards in. Now, if these aren't good enough for your guitar, these 20 quid jobs, and by the way, you can get them from places like Gear for Music for 20 quid, 21 quid, 22 quid, very, 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 very low cost, and transforming. And I love the sound of what's going on in here. This is 20 quid all day long. You get all the buttons and the bits to go with it. It's mad. So, how's it sound? We'll have a listen in just a second. But what I will tell you is that you can also buy from the usual big shops, GAK, Guitar, genuine Fender Tex-Mex loaded scratch plates for about 120 quid. And I'm sure that if you shopped around, you could probably even shave £1 or £2 off that. And they are going to be just as easy to install. This took a genuine strings off, pick guard out, just doing it in and out half an hour. And that is with no special tools, no special knowledge, or, like I say, if you can wire a plug, you can do one of these in half hour. And stringing is one you've seen. I might do another stringing video, because anyway, so it's just a shame that this had been previously butchered, because what I've had to do is put a little extra screw in there just to cover up the nasty hole. I suppose I could try and fill it with a bit of something, but so we are on. We'll start with the neck pickup. See how I can't believe that you get this for 20 quid. Phenomenal. Okay, we'll have a listen to the bridge end. Try on the noise cancelling in between each positions, so we'll go from between the bridge and the centre. Yeah, all in all. So really, for the price of a bit of plastic and the knobs and what have you, you can get the whole thing with the pickups for 20 quid, 22 quid, something like that. Right, with all that said, I shall bid you a fond farewell. Adios amigos. Ta-ra.